Brick Mansions. Disclaimer, I really quite enjoyed the first movie, the original this is based on, and this sequel. Having said that, fuck this movie. I just... What? That's what I think of this movie. I don't even want my fucking drink. This raped the fucking love I had for District B13 or Burial 13 in France, and Ultimatum, the second one. Fucking raped it for me. They take out Seville Raffaelli, the original main actor, and they put in Paul Walker. I have no problem with Paul Walker. I like Paul Walker, God rest his soul. I enjoyed the Fast and Furious movies immensely. I liked Running Scared, although a lot of people didn't. It had its moments. This movie does not. This piece of shit has decided to try to be what District 13, B13 was in France, and it's not. It's not. I took my glasses off. I want you to see my face. That's how pissed the fuck off I am at this movie. They take what was great about the original and shit on it. And fucking shit on it. They treat it like fucking a multi-million-dollar movie piece of shit. I can't believe I get angry about this shit. But, they've done it so well before. And I can't get mad at the people that made it because, with the exception of maybe one or two, it was the original Europa group that made the great movie at the beginning, and then they made this piece of shit. The movie synopsis is like this. There's a group of drug dealers, a downtrodden district of the area, which in this is just called Brick Mansions. I just kept calling it Brick Mansions. What it means is 10 to 20 skyscrapers that each one has a different gang, and each gang controls its area, its little, building. So they couldn't stop it. The police couldn't take care of it. The mayor couldn't stop it. So they put a big giant wall around it where they couldn't get out or get in without say so. And that's why they call it Brick Mansions or District B13, because it was a district then. And that's the synopsis of the movie. They're trying to get out while they're trying to get... But the thing is, there's a bomb that's going to blow up in Brick Mansions, because I can't call it District 13 because it wasn't a district, it wasn't nothing. They kept calling it Brick Mansions. It wasn't called the area. The area was called Brick Mansions. How fucking stupid is that? I mean, fuck, when you watch the movie... Please don't watch the movie. Please don't watch the movie. Watch the original. But if you have to watch this movie, go ahead, but you'll understand what I'm talking about. And if you haven't seen the first one, you watch this one, you might be entertained. I'm happy for you. This is not the movie for people that watch the original. This is not our movie. If you watch the original, fucking shit on this and leave it alone. Don't touch it. Don't watch it. Don't even think about getting it. Just let it be. Let it die. And I'm not trying to make a joke or nothing, but I hope Paul Walker's scenes in Fast and Furious 7 are awesome, because he deserves a good movie to finish out his career in, and this just wasn't it. And God rest his soul. I like him. This was not it. Well, let's get into it. The shit I hated, which is 20 fucking times more than I thought it'd be. The opening scene from the original... There'll be a lot of comparisons between the original and the new series. So, if you've not seen the original, that's probably a good thing. Trust me. In the original, they have Lido, who is now Lino. There's an E for T. I don't know why. Okay. But they take Lino. See? I wanted to call it the original, but it's not. They take Lino, and he's basically one of the heads of one of these brick mansions. I hate that freaking name. That's another thing I hate. And he takes drugs from the head of all the gangs. Apparently, in the original there was different gangs. In this one guy RZA leads them all. And I'm not harping on RZA. I think he did a good job in this movie. He was one of the few things I actually enjoyed, but they did something they shouldn't have, and I'll explain that as we go. But he did a good acting job. To a point. They take Lino, and David Bell, by the way, one of the two creators of parkour. Parkour, you expect to be a lot of good action, right? A lot of parkour, a lot of shit going on. There was like 15 fucking minutes of parkour. And that's what I'm talking about in the beginning. They take the opening scene from the original and make it into this one. They pretty much go shot for shot on a lot of this shit. They take, and he's destroying the drugs of the main guy. And then they try to capture him with like 20 fucking people going in this building. And he proceeds to parkour his way out of it. But in the original version, they show it. They show him scene, like the camera stays on him and he does his stuff. He jumps from this to this and it stays on him showing that this is one shot. In this fucking movie, they proceed to cut scenes of him jumping from one into another. If he jumped from one fucking building to the other, I want to fucking see it. All the way through, like in the original. In this, they cut scene sideways. Front view, side view, front view, back view. CGI blowing up flame behind him. And I've seen them fucking do it for real. And in this, they just fucking shit on it. Ugh! They cut. Every time he jumps through something, they cut. And they fucking have close fucking view. When in the original, they stayed back so you could see all the action. In this, they get right up in his ass where you can't see nothing. He punches somebody, you're right here seeing the punch. It's not fucking back here where you can actually see him knock him the fuck out. And it's made by the same people. Ugh. But he gets through, and in the original, he gets away from him and proceeds to... he gets away. And then K2, who, don't get me wrong, I don't mind American actors. I understand that they Americanized a French movie, they got to get American actors. In the original, they got a character called K2. In this one, they got one called K2. They look totally different. They don't look the same. They're different characters. But I had no problem with that. RZA, I had no problem with him being the bad guy. The Americanizing that part of it, I had no problem with. But they go scene for scene. And spoilers, of course, I always put it in the caption, but still, he drops down. No. RZA goes after the guy. RZA tries to find a way to get Lino to fucking come to him. So he proceeds to take his gun out and he points it at K2 and points it at his group. And it says, do you have any ideas? No. Bang. You have any ideas? No. Bang. In the original, the guy that played in the original was fucking coked up and fucking shooting people for no reason. And it was understandable why. He was fucking snorting the lines. And in this, RZA's making dinner, cutting fucking chili peppers for a soup. Instead of snorting coke, and explaining why he would shoot his fucking gang to shoot his gang. And they do kind of explain it, but they don't do it as well as in the original. The original fucking dude's out of his goddamn mind, and you know it. And they just fucking treat it like dog shit. There's, bang, I shot him because, it's whatever. I've shot one, why not shoot another? And then finally they come up with the realization in the original and in this one. Like I said, it's basically a shot for shot at the first 25 minutes of this movie. They go after Lito's, who was his sister in the original, is now his ex-girlfriend in this one. They get her, and this girl, don't get me wrong, she was beautiful, and she did an okay job acting. But in the original, the girl was 5'1", skinny as hell, but a badass. She had a fucking attitude that worked. You could tell that Lito and her were sister or brother because they fucking act just like each other. That same attitude. And if the girlfriend had somewhat of that kind of attitude, I'd have been okay with it. But they cut out a lot in the Americanized version. They cut out the coke snorting by the bad guy. In the original, the best fucking joke of the movie is when they capture her, take her in. Leto drops down, puts a gun to the bad guy's head, and tells him to let her go or he'll kill him. And they do that in this one, but in the original, as they're walking the girl in, one of the henchmen says, "Leave us her panties." You're like, what? Okay. And then as they leave, the girl fucking says, "Stop." Turns around, looks at the guy, says, "You come here. Open your mouth." Takes off her freaking panties and shoves it in his mouth, going like, "Now chew." And she was bad. That was like one of the things I was like, holy shit, this girl's badass. In this one, the joke's out, everything's out. She's just kind of like, she's not a badass. She's just fucking there. She's just eye candy. That's all she fucking is. And it pisses me off because they gave it to a different character. And again, I'll go into that as we go on. They bring in the K2 in the original just was him and his henchmen. In this one, they had a henchwoman who, I won't kid you, that's the one thing I actually enjoyed about this movie. They added her in as like a badass, and she should have been fucking Leto's girlfriend because she was a badass, and she fucking did a great job in her role. I enjoyed her part immensely. If they did a movie about her only, I'd have been cool with it because she was fucking playing it up, hamming it up great for this fucking type of movie. And then they had to go and shit on it again. In the original, Seville Raffaelli, I'm probably butchering his name, but Seville Raffaelli has to go undercover into a smuggling ring, and you don't know this character is who he is until later on when he takes off his hair, takes off his mask, and he fucking reveals who he is. In this one, it's Paul Walker. As Paul Walker, in Paul Walker, he's undercover. He's undercover. Playing an undercover cop. And you know how he's undercover? He proceeds to have brown contacts and dyed dark hair, or washed in dark hair. And that's his disguise. In the original, the guy was bald-headed, fucking real skinny, no facial hair. His disguise was this long fucking hair, a beard, a mustache thing, and an accent. That's not present in the fucking new one. Paul Walker is Paul Walker playing Paul Walker. If they run his fucking face through a thing of the who are cops, his face would have popped up exactly the fucking same. I mean, he looks like Paul Walker with brown freaking contacts and slick back hair. That's it. If you ran that through police, whatever it's called, the freaking computer, it's gonna pop up, "Hey, he's a cop." And this guy wasn't fucking stupid. He was the guy he was trying to capture at the time was smart. He went to college and everything, and then the fight scene in the original, once he figures out he's a cop, was great. In this one, he punches like 6 guys and it's over. I mean, it's just so quick, so shitty compared to the original. The original was fucking amazing. They did fucking martial arts fights. They did all kinds of not really parkour in on that scene, but he was kicking ass of the people because he knew how to kick ass, not because he was close enough and they fucking jumped out of the way, which they did in this movie. But that's the introduction to Paul Walker. And it's shot for shot with the original, but with the exception of the fight scene. Fight scene was amazing. The original is a piece of shit in this one. Fuck! I hate this goddamn movie. I don't know why I'm getting angry. Why am I getting angry at this shit? It's just a goddamn movie, but it's fucking making me angry. And then when they finally meet, it's shot for shot. He's got to go get the bomb from the barrio, from the brick mansions. Oh, it's called brick mansions. Brick mansions. It's called brick mansions. Got to get it from brick mansions because he's chasing the bad guy in this one because his father was killed by the main bad guy, and that's why the wall went up. In the original, he went it because he was a cop, and that's what he does. His job was to save lives, not vengeance. And in this one, they threw in a fucking vengeance angle just to throw it in. Just to give Paul Walker some backstory, which he didn't need it. That's not this type of movie. He kicked. It should have been he kicking ass because he was a cop and that was his job. No, they just kind of fucking got to throw in something and throw in Grandpa stopping smoking if he comes back. I don't know. It's just fucking stupid shit added for no goddamn reason whatsoever. And then, of course, Paul Walker and him meet, just like in the original. Seville Raffaelli and David Bell meet, and then David Bell proceeds to talk. And they dub his voice. I know he's a French actor, a French person, a Frenchman, and might be kind of, not really, he might have had a really thick accent. I can understand that, but they dubbed his voice. And you see in the trailer where it says, "Where'd you learn to speak English?" And it has his real fucking voice saying it. So when you go into this, if you've seen the trailer 1,000 times looking forward to this movie, you're going to be fucking disappointed because that joke ain't in the movie. Plus, it's fucking dubbed over perfect English voice with a French accent. Ugh. Why? Why not just fucking have him talk, and if you can't understand it, put those subtitles down there. Fuck, who cares? At least to be English, you can see somewhat what he says. At least you'd fucking hear him. And thank God Seville Raffaelli. I thought he might have been stunt coordinator or something. No, he wasn't, because there was shitty ass. I mean, it was just shitty stunts. Shitty action. The action was okay, don't get me wrong, but compared to the original, like I keep saying, it was shit. Paul Walker and him start to kick each other's ass, and obviously you can tell David Bell's fucking 300 pounds of muscle, not really that thick, but he's cut and he's fucking in shape, and Paul Walker is, but not. And David Bell would just kick his ass. It's just a fact. But they got to play it up for the movie. Well, in the original, in this one, Lino knows that Paul Walker, cause I'm not calling his name. His name's Damien, but you know what? Damien's the original. This is not. This is Paul Walker playing Paul Walker. And that's another thing that pissed me off. This movie focuses less on keeping with the action like the original, and 2 or 3 car chases. There was maybe 1 car chase in the original. Maybe more than 1, but it was not focused on like it was in this. They're shooting for, Paul Walker from Fast and Furious. Well, here he is in brick matches with car chases. I'm so angry at this movie. I wish I had somebody to go with so that I could get some kind of perspective. If you've got another perspective, if you've not seen the original and you want to tell me what you think of the new movie, tell me. I mean, please like, subscribe, and comment, and explain to me why you would like this movie. If you go watch the original after and tell me what you think. But anyway, getting back to that, they take them and put them together. Expect them to be in the original. The chemistry was really there. In this, there was no fucking chemistry between Paul Walker and David Bell. The chemistry was gone. There was nothing. It was like 2 guys fucking fighting for the same thing, but it really wasn't. In the original, they were fighting for the same thing, but keeping it level-headed. In this, it's just not. It doesn't come across like it did in the original, and that's one of the things that pisses me off about it too. They go shot for shot, but then they just fucking curveball through the middle. And start going into the second fucking District 13 movie. District B13 movie. Burial 13 movie. They just throw back and forth, back and forth. Anyway, they save the girl. They get the bad guy to the police. The police betray him. And David Bell kills the cop, and that's what got him into jail, and that's how Paul Walker and him meet up and get into the fucking fight scene. But they're cop, David Bell knows he's a cop, and so they pretty much just follow it shot for shot in the original. They go to the bad guy. The bad guy tells them where's the money. The money, the city is not going to pay for the money to stop the bomb, so therefore they just fucking tell them find another way. Well, the bank doesn't open for 30 minutes. And that's another thing that irks me. Bank doesn't open for 30 minutes. In this movie, the girlfriend gets taken. David Bell gets put in jail. Lino gets put in jail. Paul Walker gets him out. All this happens within a fucking day. In the original, it was a year. David Bell spent a year in prison fucking thinking about all this shit. He spent a year. The sister who is the girlfriend of this one, my sister in the original, was coked up. She was living there in hell for a year. It wasn't just like, oh, well, you're here for a day. Chill with it. You'll be all right. He was there for a year. So she don't know what the hell was going on. She was so coked up, she didn't know what the hell was going on. So she just kind of became the background at that point in the original. And in this, she becomes the background because she just sucks. She's just there to be something Leto to get. And shit like that just gets on my goddamn nerves. And I want to freak out. You could hear it in my voice. I want to freak out. I want to just fucking throw something against the wall and be like, why? Why did you make this goddamn remake? And I won't do it because it'd be the camera, and the camera was not going nowhere because it cost me an arm and a leg. But they go on, and RZA, his henchwoman are great additions to what this is. But then they turn RZA from the bad guy like the original to the bad guy in the second one, which was, he was like, you know what? We don't need to stop them. We need them to come stop this bomb from blowing up because it's gonna blow up. Well, in the original, it was certain numbers, and then at the end was B13, and it took them a while to realize, but that was arming the bomb, was putting in that number instead of disarming it. And in this one, if you've not seen the original, in this one, they put a zip code up, 842-9176116 or whatever. They put an area code up, or a zip code up. How the fuck are you supposed to know when you see the numbers it's the damn zip code? I did because, you know what? That's what, I remember the original. How, it's just like, hey, it's a zip code, maybe we shouldn't do this. In the original, you see the number throughout, you think, it's like, why does it say B13 at the end? Is that the district they're in? And you wonder about that through the movie. And this one is just like, nope, there's a number. It's a zip code. We got it. Don't fucking turn it. And Paul Walker is so fucking unrealistically, I have to put the number in. And David Bell tried to stop him, and they let Paul Walker win, which, I mean, they kind of have to in an Americanized movie, but it's just, no, I must put it in. That's fucking Paul Walker's face. He goes, no, I must put it in. They just let him, and they gonna let him. They're gonna fucking let him do it. They know it's fucking against the bad guy. RZA knows it's against the thing. He tells him, it's like, look, I didn't kill your father. The city's telling you that. Put it in if you don't believe me. If you do believe me, wait and see what happens. And of course, he waits. The bomb doesn't go off. It fucking cuts off after the countdown because you had to enter the number to arm it. And so they proceed to take it. I've killed half the movie. Half the movie is just fucking action, car chase. And you know what? That's the type of movie the original was, but you had more invested in it. In this one, it's like he takes the bomb with Leto, which is in the second movie, Ultimatum, District B13 Ultimatum. They take the whole gang and fucking run up the damn the city hall and find the mayor. They put the bomb down. They're gonna arm it, and the mayor stops them. They recorded his voice saying, the district was a piece of shit. I don't care about the people. They're just animals. And they said, well, it's gonna be on the news. So, of course, that causes the walls to be taken down and life to begin again. And it's just like it takes both movies and tries to condense them into one, and it didn't do good on either fact. So all I got to say is this movie was a piece of dog shit. You could shit on a cracker, throw this movie on top of it, and it would still fucking roll off because even a cracker with shit on it would not fucking want to watch this movie. This movie was by far, I say that a lot, but by far one of the pieces of shit that I'm fucking never going to watch again. But you know what? I got an idea. I'm going to buy this movie, sit it between District B13, which I had the DVD Blu-ray of, and District B13 Ultimatum, which I had the Blu-ray and DVD of. I'm going to sit it between it so that it knows it could have fucking been better. It knows it was a piece of shit to begin with. I'm going to put it right between those two fucking movies so I remember always never to watch that goddamn movie again. You know what? You need to fucking find a different movie. Don't watch this. I know you don't like Paul Walker. Wait till Fast and Furious 7. Don't watch this shit. Don't fucking continue it. Let it fucking die in theaters. I don't buy it on DVD. I'm just stupid enough to do it just because of fucking how much I hate this goddamn movie. If you want a fucking good experience, go watch District B13, District B13 Ultimatum, Barrel 13 Ultimatum, whatever you want to call it. It may be dubbed over in English, but you know what? It's better than this piece of shit. Fucking go watch it. Don't watch this. Fuck this movie. Fuck this goddamn movie. Fuck it.